Hi everyone, it's me Emily. Today I am on my Animal Crossing island and we're going to be doing a speed build. The main concept for this speed build is going to be a little stargazing area, kind of inspired by Celeste. I had something like this on my first island and I really loved it. I feel like it's quite a common thing people do is just make a little bit of a stargazing area so that when you have shooting stars you have somewhere really cute and pretty to go and stand whilst you do your wish making. So that's kind of the inspiration for this build. So let me show you the area we're working with. I have this kind of awkward space between the high level where my museum is. I do already have a speed build for the museum if you're interested, shameless plug. But yeah, I have this kind of awkward area with two diagonal strips. You can see there's a very thin diagonal bit right along the cliff, and then also there's another diagonal between the pond and the river, which makes it a little bit tricky to, put any designs here because it's kind of an awkward space. I think my main plan is just going to be to kind of fill this up with some codes and hopefully just make this area a little bit easier to navigate, because this is never going to be a big build here because, like I say, it's got these paths that kind of lead out from the museum and I don't want to fill them up so that you can't run through them. So really I just need to keep it nice and open whilst also having a few cute little items in it, just because that will make it all look a little bit nicer, I think. So hopefully we can create something cute here. I came through with this bistro table. I really like this. I think it's one of the new items that they added when the update came out. I'm not sure on that though, but yeah, I really like this. I tried to mainly choose furniture that had a mainly white colour scheme, just because I knew I was going to be using this absolutely stunning blue fairy path, which I'm so obsessed with. I think it looks so pretty. But yeah, I wanted to try and choose white furniture to match in with that. By the way, if you guys need any codes that I used on my island, just leave me a comment letting me know which ones you like. Once I've picked all of the codes I'm going to be using, I will make a video with them all in one place, so hopefully that will be a little bit easier for you guys. But for now, just leave me a comment letting me know what codes you'd like and I will find it for you and let you know the creator ID. So I'm just coming through with a few different trees. I did use a bamboo tree on this. Now, I very rarely use bamboo trees on my island. They're not really my favourite, but I don't know, I wanted to include it somewhere. I'm not sure whether or not I love it, but I went for it. I think it looks okay. And then right here, I'm just like to put down a little one of my green codes. So I have some 4-leaf clovers, some leaves, and I like to kind of place those down underneath items. It just adds a cute little extra pop of colour. I don't know, I like it. And then on top of this mushroom stall, I ended up putting the baby bear, which looks so cute. I love a good baby bear on this island. I think they are so sweet. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that looks. And once I had a bit of room in my pockets, then I came and picked up these trees because they were kind of in my way and I just wanted to open up the area a little bit more so I could see where everything was. Now I'm coming through with this dark dirt path. It took me quite a while to get it all set up right, but in the end I just have this simple little diagonal path going through. Now overall I'm just gonna say, when I was doing the build I was pleased with it, but once I was watching back the footage and starting to edit, I realised I feel like I should have just kept to one path. I feel like the mix of dark dirt and then that really bright pretty fairy path with no clear divide between them, I feel like it just looks a little bit awkward. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I just feel like maybe at some point, maybe in a different video or just when I'm playing on this island by myself, I might come back and pick whichever one I prefer. So either make the whole path blue or make the whole path brown, just so that way there'll be less of that awkward kind of mix of them. I feel like that's what ended up making this build look a little bit weird, is that I have dark dirt leading straight into the fairy path and it kind of doesn't flow together as well as I would like it to. But I definitely I didn't see that whilst I was building it, so I'm not sure that I think it's a big deal, but I wasn't absolutely thrilled with this build. And I think having watched the footage back, now I know what I could do just to make it that little bit nicer. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably do that and hopefully it will turn out a bit cuter. I'm using this scarecrow, he's super cute. This build isn't inspired by any book, by the way, I should mention, because I'm doing a book themed island, but there's going to be a whole lot of areas just like this which are just filler areas really, so they're not actually a specific build, but they're just to kind of join up different builds. So like my museum I've built, I've made it look pretty. This is just to kind of fill some space before I get into more of my housing district. But I think I already mentioned it, but if you guys have any books you want to see me do on this island, please do leave me a comment. I've already got Harry Potter on my list for the Nook shopping area. So Nook shopping and Able Sisters, they are both going to have a Harry Potter theme. I want to do Diagon Alley for those. I have an area where I'm going to be doing the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood, also a Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm going to be doing the Spring Fairy Court. I think I'm going to be putting that where my house is. So I think I have a few books that I'm definitely going to be doing. I have some fairy tales as well. I'm mainly doing fairy tales actually. So like I've got Sherb, who is this little goat, and I've placed him by the river, and I'm going to do the Billy Goat's Graph. So like where there's the troll under the bridge and the grass is always greener on the other side, I'm going to do something to do with that for his house, I think. But yeah, if you guys have anything that you want to see, please do leave me a comment so that I can make sure I include it on this island, because it would be really fun if you guys have a book that you love and you want to see me try and kind of create an area for on the island. I am definitely up for it. I might do some fairy tales in terms of like princesses as well, maybe a Cinderella area or Snow White. I'll have a think, but yeah. And then I'm just finishing up this area with a few little design codes just to kind of fill up this space. And I think that is pretty much it. So you can see we have this cute path that now leads you around a little sitting area. The telescope is here so you can look up into the night sky, and this is where you would come to do your wishing, I think kind of down here by the telescope, because it's a really pretty view. You can see looking up, it looks really nice and cute. I just think this is a nice build. Other than the fact that I want to change the paths, overall I'm pleased with how this turned out. I think it looks cute, I think it ties in nicely to the rest of my island so far, so I'm happy with it, yeah. With that, let me just thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this build. I know it was a bit kind of in between, nothing too specific, but hopefully you still enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!